All right, so we're going to talk about inequalities today.
Tardy.
That's not necessary. We're going to talk about inequalities today. So in your foldable, the pink foldable I just handed out, we're going to take a couple of notes. We're going to review a little bit. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, you can go ahead and glue it down. I'm going to glue mine at the end. That way I can move it around. All right. So, at the very top, the first one, what's the symbol mean? All right. Well, that's when it's pointing to the left. If it's pointing to the left, then it's less than. All right, so my meaning, the meaning of the symbol is less than. Fantastic. So an example of an inequality using the symbol less than would be x is less than 3. I'm going to write it out. X is less than 3 is how you would say that. All right, and then we're going to graph this example here on the right side. You ready? Bless you. All right, so on the right side, I need 3. Do y'all notice that my number line has no numbers? So we're going to have to put numbers on here. So where should I start?
On the left side.
On the left side, like over here? So you want me to put a 3 right here? No?
In the middle.
And you want 3 in the middle?
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to start with 3 in the middle. So then this is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Because as we go right, it gets bigger. Left is smaller, right? 2, 1, 0, -1, -2. All right, so my example was x is less than 3. So I'm going to go to 3. I'm going to draw a circle on the tick mark at 3. I'm going to make a note. I want that circle to be open. In the next example, we're going to talk about the difference between the open circle and the shaded circle. So I want an open circle. And then which way am I going to shade? If it's less than, which way is less than? To the left or to the right? To the left. So I'm going to shade everything to the left. I'm going to cheat and use a big marker. Now, be sure that you draw an arrow, you guys, because the arrow implies that it keeps going in that direction. So the solution for this inequality, x is less than 3, is everything just smaller than 3 and lower. So then I'm going to make a note. We're also going to shade to the left. All right. My next window. I have that less than, but then it also has a line underneath it. What does that line underneath it mean? Or equal to. Beautiful. So I'm going to say the meaning is less than or equal to. All right, so for example, I could have x is less than or equal to 7. And I say that x is less than or equal to 7. All right. So let's graph that. So where am I going to put 7 on my number line? In the middle? If we have a choice, we could put it in the middle, right? Do I have to, though? No. What if I put it like right here? Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to go for it. We have 7, 8, 9, 10. And if I go left, we're going to get smaller. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right. So I'm going to start at 7. But we have less than or equal to. So what am I going to do with that circle? We're going to shade it in because it could include 7. So before, it was everything just smaller than 3. So it did not include 3. Here, because I shaded the circle in, that means that's also included. So I'm going to say the circle is closed. My circle is closed. And if it's less than, am I going to shade to the left or to the right? Right? Right is smaller?
No.
Less than?
Left.
Left is everything less, right? Left is everything less. So I'm going to shade to the left. And be sure to draw an arrow because that tells me that everything's smaller. So it's all of the negative numbers and then the positive numbers up to and including 7. So the circle is open, the number is not included. When my circle is closed, the number is included. And then we again shade it to the left. All right. What about the third window? What's this symbol? Greater than. When it's pointing to the right, it's greater than. So I'm going to open that window. I'm going to write that down, greater than. So my example, I'm going to say x is greater than, negative 4. X is greater than negative 4. All right, so on my number line, where am I going to put negative 4? Where should I start? The fourth one, from the left or from the right? From the left? So you want negative 4 right here? All right, so then that's going to be negative 4. Do I need to put a number on every tick mark?
No.
Could I skip count?
Yeah.
So I could go negative 4, negative 5, but not write it. So, no, sorry. Negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2. I was going the wrong direction. Negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7. Ooh, what would be the point of doing that? That's a really good question. So if we've got, what if I've got like triple digit numbers but only this much space? That's going to get really crowded, right?
Yeah, I know. It's just we're counting by ones.
Yeah. So if we're counting by ones, not necessarily. What if I wanted to put lots of numbers on there? Does each one of these have to be 1? Could I count by 2s?
Yeah.
Could this bit of negative 4, negative 2, 0, 2? Could I have counted by 2s for each tick mark? Yeah, if you wanted to. Or if you're just in a hurry and don't want to write all of those numbers, right? I'm just trying to give you lots of options. Good question. All right, so if we have x is greater than negative 4, I'm going to start at negative 4. Is my circle going to be open or closed? Open. Is because is negative 4 included? No, it's going to be everything bigger than negative 4, but not including negative 4. So I've got my open circle. All right. Then if it's greater than, are we going to shade to the left or to the right?
Right.
To the right. Everything to the right is bigger. Gentlemen. All right. And then I'm going to shade to the right. All right. Finally, my last window. My last window. What's this symbol? Greater than or equal to. Beautiful. Greater than or equal to. So my example is going to be x is greater than or equal to 0. I'm going to say x is greater than or, yes dear. No. Remember on Tuesday the air wasn't working? I think they fixed it too well, but I'm not going to complain. I'd rather it be cold than hot. Bring a sweater. You'll be okay. There you go. All right. So where am I going to start? Where should I put my 0? Where do y'all want to put 0? In the middle? So like right here? So then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. So x is greater than or equal to 0, so I know I'm going to start at 0. Is that going to be an open or closed circle? Closed. And greater than, are we going to shade to the left or to the right? To the right. It's everything bigger, right? All right. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and glue this into your notes. If your table's out of glue, borrow from the table next to you. I'll come around in just a minute and give you all more glue. Not today. Not today. I'm assuming that they moved it to next week. All right. And then keep out your notes, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to add a few examples. So glue your foldable in, and then label the next available page. Solving and graphing inequalities. Solving and graphing inequalities. All right, so our first example, you guys, I'm going to have 2x is greater than 10. 2x is greater than 10. So this is a little different from the examples we were just doing. She's fine. All right. So we're going to do a couple of one-step inequalities. We're going to start with one step. So here, if I've got 2x is greater than 10, I want to solve for x. How am I going to move to, what's the inverse operation? Divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2.
10 over 2.
10 over 2.
Oh, I was right.
Yes, sir. So then my 2's are eliminated on the left side. They reduce, right? Because 2 divided by 2 is 1. So I have x. I'm going to bring down my inequality. It's greater than. And what's 10 divided by 2? 5. That's my answer. So x is greater than 5. And then I want us to graph, just sketch a graph of our answer. So if you would, you can use the lines in your notebook to draw a nice straight line. I'm going to put a couple of tick marks on it. Well, because I used the line. And I've drawn about 1 billion of these. You get good at it. All right, so I got 5, 6, 7, 4, 3. All right. So if I graph my answer, I'm going to put a circle, an open circle or closed circle at 5. Open? Open circle. And it says x is greater than 5. So am I going to shade to the left or to the right? Right, it's greater than. So we want to go.
Right, guys. Killing myself.
I want to go bigger. Ian, dear. Example 2, I have negative 3x is greater than or equal to 12. All right. So again, I'm multiplying. Negative 3x means negative 3 times x. So what's the inverse of multiplying by negative 3? Divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3. Divide by negative 3. Divide by negative 3. So my negative 3's cancel. And I have x. And 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4. But what's the rule with the inequality when you divide by a negative? Do y'all remember from last year?
Oh, it like swaps.
It swaps. Perfect. So if it's greater than or equal to, it becomes less than or equal to. So I'm going to make a note in my notebook. It says when you divide. Do you need one? I've got an extra.
Yes.
All right, give me just a second. I'll get it for you. When you divide by a negative, flip the inequality. There's my answer. All right, you guys. I want you to practice graphing your answer. I want you to try it, and then we're going to do it together. I want you to try it and then check it with my work.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to put negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, negative 5. All right, so did y'all graph an open circle or a closed circle at -4? Closed? All right. And if we change this to less than or equal to, am I going to shade to the left or to the right?
To the left. To the right, just kidding.
Less than?
Wait.
Less than. Go back and look at your.
Oh, to the left.
If it's less than or equal to, shade to the left. Go back and look at your foldable. All right, all right. Let's try another one. This one, I'm going to change the operation. This one, I've got x plus 7 is less than 5. X plus 7 is less than 5. So, not too bad. One step, right? So here I want to isolate my x. So what's the inverse of plus 7? Minus 7. So I'm going to subtract 7 from both sides of my inequality. So minus 7, minus 7. So positive 7, minus 7 cancels. Perfect. So x is less than -2. So let's graph it. All right, so -2. Where should I put my -2? In the middle? Okay. -2, that's 0, -4. All right, so at -2, will I have an open circle or closed circle? Open. Beautiful. So I'm going to have an open circle. And I'm going to graph to the left or to the right? Well, what's this? Is this less than or greater than?
Go towards where the thing points.
Look, you guys. It's pointing to the left. So I'm going to go to my foldable. The one pointing to the left is less than. So we're going to shade to the left. Ooh, not always. Sometimes. So, to answer your question, Ian, if the x is on the left side, you're going to shade the direction that it's pointing. But sometimes the x will be on the right side, though. I'm not going to do that today, but it happens sometimes. I'm going to shade to the left. Don't forget your arrow. So example, all right, 4, I've got -x is less than 9. -x is less than 9. Oh, so x is already by itself, but what's in front of it? Negative. Well, a negative what? It's like a -1, right? So how can I move the -1?
Plus 1 from each side.
Am I adding -1 to x?
No.
We're doing what? We're multiplying it, so we want to divide to move it. Yes, ma'am. So if I divide both sides by -1, -1 divided by -1 is +1, right? Right? Okay, okay. So then I have x. 9 divided by -1 is -9.
But then you have the sign on each side.
The sign's got to switch,
Away from it.
so it's pointing away from the x. Beautiful. So the less than changes to a greater than.
So I'm just going that way, 'cause the X is
You got it. You got it. So I've got x is greater than -9, so I'm going to draw my line. So where should I put -9? In the middle, to the left, to the right. Where do y'all want -9? Like right here?
Like over towards the right.
How about left middle?
Left.
So negative 9, negative 8, negative 7, negative 6, negative 10. Wait. For what? You ready? All right, so I'm going to put an open circle or closed circle at negative 9.
Open.
Open because it's not or equal to, right? So we've got open circle. It says x is greater than negative 9. So are we going to shade to the left or to the right? To the right. You got it. Example 5. If 3 plus x is less than or equal to 11. 3 plus x is less than or equal to 11.
Minus 3, right?
Subtract 3, you got it.
So
So I have x,
equal to or less than 8.
beautiful, less than or equal to 8. So then I can graph this. All right, so I have 8. I drew just a short little number line here. So where, sorry, not where, I know it's going to be at 8. It's going to be closed. I meant what? What kind of circle? Closed circle. Beautiful. So you're going to do a closed circle at 8. To the left because it's less than. You got it. Don't forget your arrow. I want to see your arrow because it's going to point which way we're going, right? Less than is left. All right. All right. I've got one more example for you. I've got one more example for you. You ready? You ready? Perhaps. Example 6. You ready? Example 6. Let's do, hold on. 6 is greater than or less than?
Greater than.
Greater than?
Yeah.
All right. X plus 2.
Oh my God, that's on the other side.
I did it. I put X on the other side. Don't leak water out of that Ziploc bag. All right. So, to get X by itself, what do we need to do? Subtract 2. So, 6 without 2 is 4, is greater than X. Hold on, you guys, because all of our examples, the X was on the left side. It said X was less than, or X was greater than.
It's on that side and then it goes away from the blade.
Well, hold on. So I could read this. 4 is greater than X, right? Or what if I wanted to rewrite this so that my X was on the left side? We have to flip everything. So when I say X is less than 4, okay? Could I leave my answer like this? Yes. But we're accustomed, gentlemen, to seeing the X on the left side, yeah? So if I draw my number line, I'm going to put 4 in the middle. 5, 6, 3, 2. So I'm going to start at 4. Is it going to be open or closed? Open. Am I going to shade to the left or to the right? Left, because it says x is less than 4. Now, I want y'all to think of the warm-up. If you're not sure if you've shaded the right way, you guys, this is what I want you to do. Pick a number that you've shaded.
6.
3 is in that area that you shaded, right?
Yeah.
And plug it in. If I plug in 3 here, is 4 greater than 3? 4 is not greater than 3? 4 is bigger than 3, right? Or what if I plugged it in here? 3 is less than 4. Is 3 less than 4? Yes. If it works, you shaded correctly. Okay? Let's assume that, what if I made a mistake and shaded to the right instead? Let's plug in 6. If I had 6 here, is 4 greater than 6? No, right? Or if I had even done it this way, is 6 less than 4? No. So then would I know that I shaded wrong? And I could go back and erase and shade the right way. Right? All right, you guys. I want you to take out your homework for me.